Apparently can't even get this beer anymore, so.
Louisiana beer reviews, we're looking at Founders DKML. Came out about, what, 2 weeks ago around here?
Bit ago, yeah.
Bottled on July 11th, 2017. It's 14.2% alcohol. I didn't do any research on this yet. I was going to do the bottle I had at my house, but they're saying dry hopping. They use a huge hit of corn grits. So they're trying to make it like a regular malt liquor with a lot of corn. But of course, like your
sweet.
Your high gravity malt liquors that would be 14% alcohol would be really cheap ones, like Four Loko. They usually add flavorings, and they use a lot of corn syrup. They're not going to use corn grits. So this would be more of a gourmet malt liquor.
Oh, so grits make it fancy.
But
Like
just
shrimp and grits.
yeah, look, I got ripped off for that today. But Imperial, although it did taste good, but it's just such a tiny amount. Imperial malt liquor aged in bourbon barrels. Kicks you where you'd most expect it. And I would expect it to be kicked in the head with alcohol, so I don't want too much because I can't take these high alcohol beers.
Well, it's my understanding this is the last of the barrel aged.
You didn't like the Doom. I did.
I didn't like the Doom. I thought it was kind of all over the place. Maybe I'm expecting something different from these barrel aged. But
PBS was good.
it's almost kind of gimmicky now. You know. So, with that said, we'll go ahead and open this and get it out of the way. It's kind of more of a curiosity than it is anything else.
It was $3.99 at Mathern's per bottle.
$3.75. So
Same price. Same price per. That's it. That's it. Same price per 4-pack. I wanted to do a little bit.
It smells
of
like a malt liquor.
You know, back in the 80s, malt liquor was considered strong when it was 5.6% to 5.9. Now they're going extreme, you know, 14.2.
Smells like Schlitz malt liquor bull. But boy, it's got some alcohol in it.
But you know, Schlitz is only 5.9.
Tell by the way the lacing's going down on this. The head's dissipated really fast. Those bubbles burst in it. So you know this is a heavy alcohol.
One thing I'm curious about on this beer is it a lager or an ale? I'm assuming that they brewed it according to the malt liquor, the typical malt liquor guidelines, which is usually a lager. Although if you buy the Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, like if you went to World Market over there, it's considered a malt liquor, but it's an ale, stout ale. Anyway, this is the kind of thing I think you should have like really cold. Because don't you think it would get pretty gross if it warms?
Well, it has been sitting in the fridge for about a week, so I don't think it ever got hot.
The appearance, not much head, like you said, not exactly a malt liquor type glass.
It smells sweet.
It's the color, copper, no, amber. Gold amber.
Piss, dark piss yellow. Like you're dehydrated.
It's gold amber. You know, it does look a little bit like the Hurricane High Gravity from Anheuser-Busch, which to me is too strong, and that's only 8.1. 8.1. This is 14.2. Not much head, a little off-white head.
It smells like grits, too. It smells like,
let's see,
grits, corn, sweet on the head, alcohol, not much else.
When I went to Matamoros, Mexico for Charro days,
I smell some wood. I don't smell any. I mean, what barrels are they using? Just straight wood barrels? Because the only beer, I mean, if you want a beer with just straight wood in it, just straight regular Budweiser then.
With the beechwood.
Right. But they actually put railroad tied pieces of beechwood inside of the fermenters or the agers.
I've seen the beechwood chips. They're usually strips about this long.
Well, when I went on a tour after Katrina in Jacksonville, Florida, they told me that they put huge pieces of wood in it.
Now they just put
6 to 8 feet.
No, it's just it's
Maybe
strips.
it's just that.
It's the device they put in the barrel is huge. They have this huge tank, an aging tank, and inside the tank they put this metal thing in there with the beechwood is inside of it, and it's got holes all in it, and then the yeast goes down in there. Anyway, this smells like that roasted corn that they had in Mexico. They had this little grill. They would take the corn on the cob, with these sticks in it, and they would roast it on the grill.
I'm not getting roasted corn. I'm getting sweet corn mash. That's really good.
Like if you were getting ready to distill a liquor.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting off this.
I'm getting a lot of
It smells really pleasant.
Yeah, I like the aroma.
It's very close in taste to that bonded sweet corn mash. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about that mellow corn?
Oh, I think it tastes pretty good.
It's like,
It tastes like a
I really wish I could have looked at the
really good regular malt liquor with a lot of alcohol.
I really wish I'd have looked at the website.
But I don't get the barrel age. What's it aged in?
I'm picking up bourbon barrel, yeah.
I'm not picking bourbon in the hall. You sure it's not from that Norwell we just drank?
I rinse this glass well. There's a faint bourbon barrel.
Right, faint.
There's a little candy sweetness, which is a little bit somewhat odd.
And that's from the corn.
Then there's the sweetness. It's like you said, it's like a malt liquor, but with a lot of alcohol. But it's not cloyingly sweet. Like if you drank some of those, like Hurricane High Gravity, they're like chewy almost. Like you're chewing the what?
They have bourbon on the inside of the cap.
Barrel aged.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the gold, the like foil gold cap. The body's not too heavy.
No. It's definitely better than anyone else's high gravity that I've tasted.
High,
before.
medium. The body's high.
Most of those high
medium.
gravities have like that burnt taste to them. Kind of like the Bud. What was it? First time I get introduced to that type of beer is the Bud Ice. Was it?
Well, that's not really high gravity. That's only 5.5.
Well, I mean that taste that the high gravities have.
I would say something
After
like,
taste, it's like that burnness, like if you licked this charred wood.
go get Hurricane High Gravity, and you'll notice that it's a little more orange than this, and it's like sweeter, like you're chewing it almost, and it's a little harsh. I mean, I like Hurricane High Gravity, but I never drink it. It's a little too much for me. But this, you know, is obviously a lot more expensive ingredients. You know, and they don't take Hurricane High Gravity and age in bourbon barrels. And anyway, that's only 8.1. This is 14.2. I don't know how they get the alcohol so high on it. They must have a lot of sugar, huh, to ferment.
Oh yeah.
Brewer's sugar. I don't know.
I'd say this is almost cross between a beer and a cognac.
A little bourbon. I mean, I meant to say a little barley malt.
Yeah, with the sugars in it, it almost has like that. It almost like if they would have burnt it a little bit, you would have got some caramel out of it, and then it would have definitely tasted just like the cognac.
Caramelized, you're saying.
Right.
I wonder what the IBU
It's
is.
slightly there.
It tastes like it's low bitterness. Not bitter. There's not a lot of hop action going on here. Want some more of it?
Yeah, sure. Wait, don't you have to go to church?
Yeah. No. I'm gonna fast for an hour before I go to mass. What time is it?
Get a little blood before the blood.
Yeah, we're in good shape. DK. Dark Night, I guess, you know. Dark Night malt liquor.
I like it. I think it tastes good. I don't know about any kind of bourbon in it, but it's really sweet and kind of candy tasting.
Yeah, I was going to say that. It's certainly better than
Candy
any.
tasting.
It's better than any high gravity malt liquor I've ever tried from your big two brewers. You know, Miller.
Better than that fruit wood they put out.
Oh, that fruit wood was the worst of all of them. I'd actually rather drink I'd rather drink Hurricane High Gravity over Fruitwood. I'd rather drink Natty
If
Day.
you have any Fruitwood fans watching this video right now and you want to trade off, let us know. I'm not going to drink it.
But you didn't care for the Doom too much, and I did like it more than you did. But to me, this is the best. This kind of can rival KBS. I mean, that's a stout. This is, I guess, a lager.
I can see why you say that because it's about the same, almost.
It doesn't have as much syrupy sweetness and dark roasted malt as the KBS. You know, it's like almost like getting into super dark brown bread sweetness. And plus they say flavoring. They add flavorings to that. It says right on the bottle, with natural flavors.
Yeah, a flavored stout.
This one just apparently uses water, barley malt, hops, yeast, and then they age in the bourbon barrels.
Yeah, you can't.
And the corn grits.
It's a good thing we're sharing this.
Oh, I would not want to drink a whole bottle. So, yeah, it's like perfectly balanced. It's not too cloyed.
I think so, too.
It's not too sweet. It's not like boozy.
Oh, it's strong. You can definitely
Feel it, but
Right.
you don't taste it so much.
Yeah, you're not tasting, but boy, it's kicking. This sucker's kicking. I'd say this is good. So if we're grading this on a malt liquor, this is an A+.
I would say yes in the style and overall.
It's an A+.
I would say overall it's an A+. It's like a 98.
You know what? I'd even step out on a limb and say this is better than KBS. But you're looking at two different styles. You're looking at stout. You're looking at malt liquor.
Yeah, KBS is nearly world class.
This is the best malt liquor I've ever tried.
This is close to world class.
It
borders on
pretty
it.
there. Pretty much there. I see why everybody ran it.
It's
down.
a high 90 beer. I'll say 98 out of 100.
All right, I'm right there with you.
It's an A+. It's worth $3.99. I wouldn't buy it all the time.
No,
It's good for one
can't
bottle.
afford that. I'm trying to think. I saw a big bottle of this somewhere.
We can do a revisit at my house. I have that other bottle if you want to come over one day.
I think I know where to get one of these in a big bottle. I don't think I'm going to go get it.
Now, the people that buy the malt liquors
I'll
over
tell
there
you.
the people that buy the malt liquors over there on Highway 90, Jefferson Highway, they're buying the 24-ounce cans of like Icehouse Edge, 8%. You could go give them one of these bottles and you find them laying on the side of the highway in an hour.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That would knock them out.
This stuff is phenomenally
Because
huge.
they're going to guzzle it, you know.
Yeah, they'll taste it. Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
looking for the burn to stop him from drinking it.
No burn, really. All right, so A+ beer from a company that typically does great work. So sometimes they fail, like with Fruitwood, in our opinion. But anyway. All right, so
Other folks' opinion, it's awesome. So
I didn't see where it was too awesome at all.
everyone's got their own opinion.
All right, so a great beer, a great beer. One of the best we had in a good few weeks, for sure.
Oh
We're
yeah.
going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to Jefferson Parish.